we are comparing the Harley DNAfx kit with the Valeton GP-200. My newest budget modeling unit is the Harley Benton DNAfx Pro, or however it is called. And today I would like to compare it to another budget modeling unit which I really like, which is the Valeton GP-200. Both of these units come with a MIDI ins and outs, and also with one expression pedal. But the Harley Benton DNA comes with four buttons or foot switches, as the Valeton comes with 8. Anyway, first of all I will start with the DNA. This is my rhythm tone which I created. So this is the Valeton. Let me turn off the delay. Harley Benton. Valeton. As you can hear, they're quite different. Valeton is way more sizzle, I think. At least with that sound that I dialed in. I will show you that in a second. Just let me open the editor for you. It's here. And in the Valeton I have this effects chain here. As you can see, I'm using a pre-block, which is, well, I've explained this patch in many other videos, so please check out these my other videos about the Valeton GP-200 for a deeper explanation. I'm using this here for more or less saturation in the boost section. This is the boost which I use, the green OD. I'm using a gate in front of the amp. And the amp is the diesel VH4 model. I'm using the modulation here. Turn that off. So this is a pure amp tone with the, of course, with the boost pedal and with a cap. The cap, I use my favorite one in this unit. It's the stock IR, the Mesa Road King. With a high cut. Here. You can remove the sizzle if you don't like that. And as you can see here, I've cranked the presence a little bit. Maybe you can also reduce that a little bit, instead raise the high cut. And I'm using a Hall reverb, darker reverb. Recently the new firmware update brought nice stereo effects here in this unit. You can also move these effects blocks around here, and as you can see, you have modulation effects here, quite a lot. And here in front of the amp you have only the wahs, and well, here you have a couple of different effects in the pre-block. So let's go to the Harley Benton. I'm using the 808 Tube Screamer and the Brit Plexi model. And I'm using stock IR, which is the audio 4x12, together with the tube emulation, the Power Amp Tubes EL34s. We disengage that. Sounds like this. To be honest, here it's quite nice. I can really hear the characteristics of these tubes. I'm using a noise gate. As I said, I had to crank it here. Usually I wouldn't crank it that much, but if you reduce it a little bit and I unplug the cable, you can hear it's quite noisy. So for this purpose, I'm always switching between the different preamps. I'm keeping that high setting here. And I'm using an EQ. If I turn that off, sounds a little bit more raw. As like that, it sounds a little bit more like a hot rodded, polished Marshall tone to me. And that's it for my rhythm tone. Of course, I'm not comparing the same IRs here, and I'm not comparing the same amps. But the reason for that is my approach is always to get the best tone I can out of these units, whatever amp model and cab is used then. And usually I start by going through the cabs and choosing the cab which I like most. If I cannot find anything in the stock IRs, then I'm using third-party IRs. Anyway, so let's have a look at some of these blocks. By the way, you can move these blocks around here too. You have also one modulation block, but you don't have that much in front of the amp. Of course, you can put this modulation block here, but first we will keep it here. So we have the DNAfx block with 3 compressors, wah with an auto wah, and also dynamic wahs, which can be assigned, I think, to the expression pedal. Distortion, 20 distortion pedals, and amps, 58 amps. And I was going through all of these amps, or at least the high gain ones, in another video. And the IRs, here you have slots for third-party IRs, and it comes with maybe 31 IRs. Stock IRs, and an effects loop to enter your external effects, noise gate, as I said, modulation, effects, only 13. Classic chorus, only 1 chorus here. Not that special, to be honest. And some EQs. Custom EQ is a parametric EQ, as the other ones are graphic EQs, and it's quite flexible, the parametric EQ. Delays, only 1 stereo delay, unfortunately, the ping pong delay, which I'm using currently, or which I didn't use now, but which I would use for lead tones, and some reverbs. So let's check out the delays. to the Valeton. Where do we have the delay here? Evidence. Oh, here. As I said, they added some nice stereo delays and reverbs. Wow. So here you can see you have quite a lot of delays, and these ones here, the upper 5 are the stereo delays. Of course it's a little bit loud here, so let's reduce the mix a little bit. Let's go shortly through the blocks. So here in the pre-section, as I said, you have different effects which you can assign or you can choose from. You have shitload of distortion pedals here. I think it looks more like in the Harley Benton. You have 5 different wahs. The auto wah is, I think, also somewhere here, there. A gate with 2 different blocks, I think, the ISP decimator and another one, noise gate. And the amps here, I don't know how many, but also they have bass, I think, bass preamps and also acoustics, which the Harley Benton doesn't have. Yeah, lots of nice amps, I have to say. IRs, there are so many, but of course the slots for third-party IRs. And the modulation effects, here you have, for example, 4 choruses, so you have, I think, a little bit more. As in the Harley Benton, you have only 1 of these phases, flanges and choruses. EQs, also some EQs for bass guitars, for guitar, and also the hyper EQ, which is maybe 10-band graphic EQ, no parametric EQ, Mesa EQ, and the delays, and lots of delays, volume pedal. So you can assign 2 functions to the expression pedal here, and then if you push on the pedal from red to green mode, then yeah, you can use it, for example, for volume and for wah. The haws, you have here also the shimmer reverb, which is very nice for cleans. I like that a lot. And it's something you don't have in the Harley Benton. So let's play around a little bit here with the amp. Or maybe I can show you some other patches. Here's a Recto Modern. Soldano. Angus Savage. Well, let's try out the Soldano again, because it sounds a little bit similar. And the Harley Benton. But I think these amps, they sound a little bit more similar than the other ones. Still it has less bass frequencies, and a little bit more. And the Harley Benton. Maybe we can check all the plexi amp here in this unit. Where is it? UK900. Maybe the 50 watt plexi. Usually you have to crank the volume with plexi amps to get a distortion, but I have the jump plexi maybe. Maybe this. We're getting a little bit closer to the other amp. Also, let's choose the green OD here. Here you have this power amp distortion, I think. Or it's just coming from the OD. The Benton. Well, of course, the cap makes a huge difference. So maybe we can try out some third-party ARs. I have the Mason here. I think in the Harley Benton I have also this cap uploaded. Yeah, it's another one, but very similar. Valeton. Yeah, so I think you can make them sound really similar, but I had a little bit more problems with the, or not problems, but it was more difficult to get a good sound out of this jump plexi here in the Valeton. But that said, the other amp models, or maybe also the plexi, as you can see here, they sound pretty good, and with everything at 12 o'clock. I think with the plexi, the only problem here is the gain, because you have to adjust the gain, the two gain stages here, and also the distortion stages. But I can show you if I would choose another amp, for example the diesel again, and there you have it. Sounds tight and pretty nice, ready with everything at noon. I've cranked the bass a little bit, but other than that, it's not that difficult to get a good tone here out of this unit. But it's also not that difficult with the Harley Benton. To me the amps, they sound really nice. So my final thoughts would be the Valeton is way more flexible because it has way more effects, more stereo effects, and of course more foot switches. Also what you can do here, which is really nice, is you can assign control functions to the foot switches where you can turn off different or more than one blocks by using the controllers. And also you have the, where do we have it? You have the foot switch here. You can assign very flexible what it should do. You can assign up to 3 functions to, or 2 functions to the foot switches, and then another 4 functions to if you push them together. And also you can assign the controls here. So and you can add an external expression pedal. So this is, if you want to use it live, this is way more flexible. The overall sound quality, I would say it's similar, and considering the price, well, the Valeton is a little bit more expensive, I think, at least at the moment. So if you can afford it, I would recommend it. But if not, then yeah, the Harley Benton is also a very good tool. Anyway, so I hope this helps you to get an impression how these things are comparing to each other. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.